Greetings viewer, it is I, Clearly Scary, and I'm going to have to apologize for several things here. First of all, my phone just deleted all of my notes that I just wrote on this topic, so we going in blind because, secondly, I don't know, I just said just. I drank like a cup of coffee a couple hours ago, and then I wrote an entire chapter and drew an entire picture, so I'm completely out of caffeine. So I have a massive headache and I'm really tired, but you know what? I said I was going to record this audio, so here we are. And there was a third thing, but I'm too tired to remember, so yeah, let's just start. Today I'm going to be talking about how to find your own art style, because I know that a couple people have asked me about this, and I know it's the thing that a lot of people worry about. The first thing I wanted to say about finding your own art style is it's not really something that you super need to stress out about. A lot of people, they get really focused on ooh, I gotta develop my own art style and it's gotta be super unique and stuff. I don't think that your art style has to be particularly unique as long as you can make drawings that look pretty. I mean, there's certainly some people that they're recognizable for their art style, but I know plenty of people who have just pretty plain looking art styles, but I still really love their art because I just find their art pretty to look at, even if it doesn't have the most amazing, unique, special art style. And I know people on the other end who have a really crazy, unique art style, not gonna say any names, but I just don't really like their art because of the art style. And it's really unique and stuff. It's not for me. So I don't think that you need to stress out about finding an art style. Yeah, your art style is just one of those things that develop over time. A lot of things develop over time. But if you specifically want to develop a new art style like I did, or are going for that very aesthetic, identifiable art style to kind of start the ball rolling on your art journey, I do have some tips that I use to create my own art style. Now, I talked about this a little bit before, mostly on streams and stuff. I don't know if I've ever actually said it in one of my videos, but I do have two different art styles that I use. You mostly see my more anime art style. I don't like calling it an anime art style because I kind of feel like that devalues the features of my own art style, but it is very anime inspired art style. But I also have an art style that I recently developed, I guess about a year or two ago. My anime art style is my more natural art style, and it's the one that I always draw with digitally, but I'm trying to get more comfortable drawing my cartoon style digitally. I mostly do it traditionally. But the cartoon style is something that I specifically put effort into designing and developing, and I really like how far it's come. So I was just going to give my tips and tricks on how I developed this cartoon art style. So the first thing that I did was I took a look at all the cartoon styles because I didn't really know what I wanted my style to look like, but I knew I wanted it to look like a cartoon. So I took all the cartoon styles that I liked, like Steven Universe, Gravity Falls, Randy Cunningham, Teenage Ninja. And I took all those styles and I just drew my characters in each one of those styles. And that kind of gave me a sense of what I really liked about this style, and really deconstructing and understanding the style so I could draw it, and figuring out which parts that I drew that were easy for me to draw, or things that I liked drawing. And I found that there's just these little things, I really loved how in Randy Cunningham, they don't really have their hands go directly into their arms, which I thought were just so cool. So I definitely took that element and incorporated it into my own style. And I don't know how many people here have seen Lavender Town, but Lavender Town sometimes draws characters with little symbols in their eyes. And so I took that, I definitely started using that more often, and I gave each one of my characters in my cartoon style a little symbol that represents them. So whenever you see a character with that symbol drawn in their eye, you know that it's the same character. And that's just part of the style. So then once you've drawn out all of the styles, you can just sort of just picking out parts that you like, and you can experiment with different one of my style things is I draw really big ears. I'm not exactly sure where I picked up on that, but I really like it. And like I can experiment and draw like pointy ears or like smaller ears and stuff, but I really settled on the bigger ears, well, except for some characters that for design reasons have pointy ears. So once you've done all that and you kind of get a sense for what you want and what you like, you can sort of add your own flair to your drawings and sort of just start doing things like your own way. Like I started making all my faces like follow a certain, I don't really know, geometric shape. So like Desphony in the middle has a circular face, and Paradox has a face that's like a square and a triangle. And that's something that I didn't really, I saw other people do it, but I'm not sure, there wasn't like a singular style that I saw doing it. I just saw that all their faces were very structured, and I liked the idea of using geometric shapes to like directly influence how I draw the faces. So I started incorporating that into my design, and you can just start doing things like that to kind of further develop your style. And as time progresses, I'm sure you'll find that you know, you get better at figuring out what you like, and you get better at drawing. So eventually your style will just be exactly what you like, or maybe not exactly, but you know, it'll progress that way. That was how I developed my art style. Again, there's a lot of different ways to develop art styles. This is not the one concrete way to do it. I just thought that since I actually have experience developing an art style, that I'd share that with y'all. So let me know what y'all think, and if you want to develop your own art style, like, and show it to me, I'd love to see it. I always love seeing my subscribers' art, or just anybody's art. So that's really all I had to say. So I guess I'll see y'all next time. Bye!